Okay, my name is Brian Yon. It's January 22nd. This is my It Represents Me oral presentation for Comm 201, and we're at Bethpage United Methodist Church in Kannapolis, North Carolina. Okay, so oftentimes you hear somebody ask someone what they represent as a person. It can be a religion or belief, a job, a profession. It could be a school or even a sports team. Whatever it is that you choose to represent is a choice. So it makes it pretty easy to identify what that is. But I got an assignment for this class. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I had to choose an object that represents me. So I had to think of things that were most important to me, and then I had to try to tie that to an object that represented all those things. So take a few minutes to tell you about the object that represents me and how it represents me. Okay? The object I picked is the white fire department uniform shirt. White fire department uniform shirt signifies a lot of things in the fire service that represent me both personally and professionally. Professionally, the uniform itself. This uniform represents trust. People call us when they're having their worst day. Family member's sick, they're hurt, their house is on fire, a wreck. Whatever it is, when we show up in this uniform, they don't ask any questions because they trust that we're going to do the right thing and help them as much as we can. All right? Next thing about this shirt represents me is the color white. The color white signifies the administration of the organization. This is a group that has the most important task of deciding where the organization goes and what kind of services they're able to provide. I can be very good at administrative work. I lack on the communications element, which is what I hope to improve taking this communications class at Western Carolina. Another thing that white signifies is rank, specifically that of a fire chief. And it's my professional goal to be a fire chief someday of an emergency services department. Once you start looking at the shirt, you'll see a couple things that represent me personally. See the patches on the sleeves. Not only does that show what organization you represent, but it proudly puts it on both shoulders. And I've got a lot to be proud of, especially my family. My wonderful wife Carrie's in the audience. She's very successful at work. She does a great job taking care of us, keeps our head above water, keeps the family moving forward. For the life of me, though, I cannot figure out why she is not at least a part-time wedding or party planner, because she's great at it. I have my 12-year-old daughter. She's behind the camera today. She's grown up to be a beautiful little lady. She's smart. She makes good grades. She makes pretty good choices when it comes to her friends. And I think she may be a bigger Duke basketball fan than I am, imagine that. And then I got my 7-year-old son, Trexler, bless his heart. He's just like me. He's got his mom's loving and caring heart, but everything else he got it from me, including my temper. But I do think he can throw a baseball probably twice as hard as I could at 7 years old. So then you look across the left side of the shirt, you see the badge. The badge represents the oath. And I'm not talking about the oath that we make to the citizens that we protect. I'm talking about the oath that I made to myself and my family that I'm going to do everything I can possible to come home safe to them at the end of every shift. Then on the other side of the chest, you have the nameplate. Honorably displays your name. Providing honor to my name provides honor to my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, their parents, aunts and uncles, cousins, nieces and nephews, my wife and kids. Everybody contributes in some way to the legacy of our name. And it's important to me for my contribution to that legacy to be positive. The last thing I want you to see on this shirt, you may not be able to see it from where you're sitting, but the wrinkles and the stains. The wrinkles and the stains on this shirt represent the imperfections. I've been less than perfect in my professional and personal career. But this shirt reminds me that just like Kim's Dry Cleaners on South Main Street in Mooresville is going to do this shirt later this week, I can wash this shirt, I can press it, get rid of those wrinkles, I can hang it back up, and it's going to be a nice, shiny, bright, brand new shirt. But it won't get rid of any things that represent me. So, with that being said, I could ask everybody in this room to pick an object that represents them. Every single one of you is probably going to pick a different object with different meanings to you. Just like every occupation has a different uniform that represents them. But I don't think there's a uniform that's more trusted or recognizable than that of a firefighter. And for a firefighter, there's not a shirt that's more honored, more respected, more scrutinized, and more trusted than that of the white fire department uniform shirt. And that's why it represents me.